When the final whistle blew, you saw a man walk off the pitch. And for most people, it felt like just another match ending. But for 99.9% of football history, a player like Cristiano Ronaldo didn't exist. A human being who refused to age, who played in 6 World Cups across 20 years. When this sun sets on his World Cup career, something much bigger goes dark with it. Modern football almost never experiences this kind of ending anymore. But for most of human history, every legend eventually faced the night. So what does Ronaldo's farewell actually mean? The answer changes everything we think we know about greatness, obsession, and what remains when the body finally fails. Let's start with time, because time is the reason any of this matters. From 2006, a young Cristiano Ronaldo stepped onto the world stage, fire in his eyes. Before him, players had limits. They peaked, they slowed, they faded. But Ronaldo didn't just play the game. He restructured what a football career could be. He turned his body into something that fought against the natural order. A single career suddenly added years, decades of elite performance that no one thought possible. And over those 20 years, those extra seasons changed how we see human potential. Researchers and fans have studied his journey the way anthropologists study ancient fires. During the bright days of his prime, the conversation was practical. Goals, records, titles, drama. But now, in the final hours, around the digital campfires of the internet, the tone has completely changed. 81% of the talk is no longer about stats. It's stories. Tales of a boy from Madeira who became a global myth. Adventures that inspired millions. Reflections on discipline, mortality, and the price of greatness. The end of Ronaldo's World Cup journey became the original theater for a new kind of conversation. It's where we're forced to think beyond the immediate result and imagine what legacy really means. But the night of his career wasn't just about highlights. There was always something deeper happening. You were never meant to watch legends the way you watch them now, in one continuous highlight reel. Throughout history, heroes rose, shone, and eventually faced the darkness. First act, second act, and then the quiet watch in between. Ronaldo gave us 2 decades of brilliance. Then came the long middle watch. The years where the body began to resist, but the spirit refused to sleep. He kept waking up for one more season, one more match, one more chance. And what did he do in those quiet, painful hours when most players had already gone to rest? He trained. He reflected. He carried the weight of a nation. He lay awake in the dark of doubt and chose to keep going. Science is only now beginning to understand what ancient cultures always knew. The most profound thoughts happen in the quiet between first light and final darkness. So what killed the endless era? The answer is simpler than you'd think. Time. The same force that once limited every athlete eventually arrives for everyone. We conquered night with stadium lights. We stretched careers with science and money. We thought it was progress. But in the end, even Ronaldo reached the moment where the body says enough. Here's what we lost. Modern football floods our attention with endless content after sunset. Highlights at midnight. Debates until dawn. Blue light from screens keeping us awake. We no longer experience the natural rhythm of a career, the brilliant first sleep, the quiet reflective watch, and the peaceful second act. Instead, we have endless arguments, endless opinions. And when a legend like Ronaldo finally walks off, we treat the emotion like a glitch. But what if it isn't? What if waking up at the end of an era and lying there in the quiet isn't the game malfunctioning? What if it's the game remembering what it was built to do? For 20 years, your generation watched a rhythm that modern sport is only beginning to understand. We gathered around screens and told stories that shaped culture. We witnessed a man's sleep in 2 phases, explosive youth and unbreakable late career, with a long, meditative watch in between. We saw a sky full of stars because one man refused to let the night win. And every time he stepped on the pitch, even in the final hours, he reminded us, the body is temporary. The fire you leave behind, that's what echoes. Ronaldo didn't just play for trophies. He played like every night could be his last. And in the end, that's exactly what made him eternal. The era is ending, but the stories around the fire have only just begun. What will your legacy be when your own sun sets?